Okay, real talk. If you're thinking about moving from New York City to the New Jersey suburbs, this is one of the biggest lifestyle shifts you can make, not just financially, emotionally, logistically, your real day to day. And I say that as someone who helps people make this move every single week. Most of my clients absolutely love their decision. Others who find me after they've already moved to the suburbs wish someone had warned them about a few key things before they signed on the dotted line. So today I'm breaking down the 10 things you really need to know before moving from New York City to the New Jersey suburbs. Not the glossy brochure stuff, the real life stuff. And stay until the end because I'll share the number one mistake I see city buyers make when choosing a New Jersey town. Let's do it. If we haven't met already, hi, I'm Victoria. I'm a New Jersey real estate advisor and I specialize in helping buyers from New York City and honestly lots of other places relocate to the suburbs without regret. I'm not here to push you into New Jersey. I'm here to help you make the right move for your life. So let's get into it. Number one, your commute will shape your life. Everyone asks, how long is the train ride from this town to New York City? But the better question is, what does your total commute actually feel like? Because it's not just the train time. It's walking or driving to the station, parking or waiting for the bus, transfer time, crowdedness, and whether you even get a seat. For example, when my husband commuted from Melbourne to New York City, he often caught an express train. It took only about 36 minutes to get directly to Penn Station. Sounds amazing, right? Except he almost never got a seat because there were 10 stops before Melbourne, the last stop before New York, and that train had fewer cars than some of the others at rush hour. So picture this in the winter. He's bundled up from the walk to the train, packed into a hot train car like a sardine, with no place to put his bag and no way to take off his coat. Other days it was totally fine. Plenty of space, easy ride. Same train. Completely different experience. I tell you this because a 40 or a 50-minute train ride can feel easy, or it can feel soul-crushing. And sometimes a slightly longer ride means you actually get a seat more often. And this matters more than people realize because your commute isn't just time. It's energy, mood, how much patience you have left when you walk in the door at night. I've had clients who chose a town with the shortest possible train ride. And 6 months later, they tell me, I'm exhausted. I hate my mornings and I didn't expect it to feel this hard. Then I've had other clients who chose a town 10 or 15 minutes farther out from the city, but they get a seat every day. They have quieter platforms and a lot more express options. And they tell me this commute is actually peaceful. So when you're choosing a town, don't just optimize for the number on Google Maps. Optimize for how you want your mornings and evenings to feel. That one choice alone can make or break your entire experience in the suburbs. So before you choose a town, please do a real test commute. Not a Saturday at noon, a Tuesday at 7:15 a.m. That one experience will tell you more than any spreadsheet or Reddit thread ever could. Number two, property taxes are real, but context matters. Yes, New Jersey property taxes are very high. No, that does not automatically mean that it's a worse financial move than staying in New York City. What matters is your total monthly lifestyle cost. A lot of buyers from New York City trade high rent, city tax, expensive groceries, gym fees, sometimes private school tuition, or high childcare costs for a mortgage, property taxes, and more space. And many of them end up close to net neutral or even ahead, especially when you factor in the shift from being a tenant to an owner and building equity over time. But here's the key. Two houses with the same price can have wildly different tax bills. Same budget, different towns. $8,000 a year versus $18,000 a year in taxes. If you aren't informed of that early, you might fall in love with a town that's totally unrealistic for your budget. I see this happen all the time. Someone comes to me and says, my budget is $1 million. I want to be 35 minutes from Manhattan and I want low taxes. And I have to gently say, okay, realistically, you probably can pick 2 out of those 3. Because in North Jersey especially, taxes are hyper-local. 2 identical houses, same square footage, same style, same price, can have a $10,000 difference in annual taxes. So this isn't about being scared of taxes. It's about being strategic. If we know your comfort zone early, we can shape your town list around real numbers and not just wishful thinking. That alone can save you months of frustration and heartbreak in your search. Number 3, every New Jersey town has a different vibe. New Jersey does not have just one personality. Some towns feel like mini Brooklyns, some feel like pure suburbia. Some are family-centric, some have young professional energy, some are sleepy, some are hypersocial. And here's what I see all the time. People try to choose based on price or commute only, but not on lifestyle fit. You should be asking, do I want walkability or more space? Do I want nightlife or quiet? Do I want community events or more privacy? The town you choose will shape your friends, your routines, your weekends, and your happiness. I always tell buyers, don't just look at houses. Spend a Saturday in the town. Go to a bakery, a bookstore, a pub, a workout class, a park. Feel the energy. That tells you more than any listing description ever will. This is also where a lot of people surprise themselves. They come in saying to me, I want quiet. I want more space. I'm done with city energy. Then we tour a sleepy town, and halfway through the day, they'll say, okay, I think this is too quiet. Or the opposite. They think they want the most happening downtown possible, and then they spend one Saturday there and say, wow, this actually feels stressful. This is why I always say you don't really know your town until you've lived a day in it. Not just driven through it, definitely not just scrolled Zillow listings, but sat in a cafe, watched people walk by, listened to how loud it is at night, noticed how early things close. Your nervous system will also tell you way more than a spreadsheet. Number 4, you will probably need a car. This one surprises a lot of New York City buyers. Even in walkable towns, you will almost definitely need a car. For grocery runs, Target trips, kids' activities, visiting friends, getting to things that aren't near the train. And that means car payments or leases, insurance, gas, maintenance, and sometimes parking permits at the train station. I'm not saying it's a deal breaker, but it is an important part of the real budget. Number 5, your social life will change. This is the emotional piece that people don't talk about enough. In New York City, socializing can feel more effortless. You bump into people, you walk to dinner, plans happen more spontaneously. In the suburbs, you have to be more intentional. You might drive to see friends. You'll plan ahead more. Your social circle may shrink at first, but something beautiful happens too. You make deep friendships. You get to know neighbors. You feel grounded. Hopefully, you feel less overstimulated. It's not better or worse. It's definitely different. And you should be prepared for that shift. I want to normalize this part for a second because I've had clients come to me 6 months after moving and say, I love my house. I love my town, but I feel weirdly lonely and nothing is wrong. They didn't make a bad decision. They're just in the in-between phase. In the city, your social life is baked into your physical environment. In the suburbs, you have to rebuild that ecosystem from scratch, and it just takes some time. But the people who lean into it, who say yes to the block party, who join the gym, who talk to neighbors, who go to town events, almost always come back to me later and say, I feel more connected here than I ever did in the city. So, if it feels awkward at first, that doesn't mean you made a mistake. It means you're building something new. Number 6, school districts matter, but please don't obsess over ratings. For a lot of buyers, schools are the biggest motivator for this move. It's totally understandable. But I see people get too fixated on school ratings. They only consider 2 or 3 towns, and in a competitive seller's market, that can really limit you as a buyer. So here's what I want you to know. Those big national rankings like US News and World Report are mostly based on data points like how many AP classes are offered and how well do the students do on AP exams. In my opinion, that does not reflect the quality of the full school experience in a town. It doesn't reflect on the district as a whole. It really is only talking about high school. I always encourage buyers to go deeper. Join parent Facebook groups. Read real feedback. Look at class sizes, extracurriculars. special education services, arts programs. And if you don't even have kids yet, I just want to remind you that you don't know what kind of learner your future child will be. Also, there is much less difference between the number 5 district and the number 40 district than many people think. Please take a more holistic view. And here's another piece that nobody really talks about. School culture matters just as much as rankings. Some schools are hyper-competitive. Some are arts-focused. Some are sports-centric. Some are more emotionally supportive. And that school that's number 1 on paper might be a terrible fit for a sensitive kid. And a school ranked number 40 might be the perfect education for them. I also remind buyers that schools change. Principals, superintendents change. Programs change. Demographics change. So don't buy a house based on just one static ranking snapshot. Buy based on how the town invests in education, how involved parents are, how stable the leadership is, and how flexible the system feels. That long-term mindset will serve you way better than chasing a single number on a ranking. Number 7, your house will need maintenance, period. If you're coming from an apartment, this one hits hard. You're now responsible for roofs, boilers, appliances, driveways, lawns, snow removal, leaks, random things breaking at 9 p.m. on a weekend. Yes, we will do inspections. And yes, I pride myself on connecting buyers to the best inspectors in the state. But inspections are a snapshot in time. Sometimes a water heater fails the day after closing. Sometimes you find something behind a wall during a renovation that needs attention. It happens. And yes, it can be annoying, but it's also a big part of homeownership. Homeownership in the suburbs equals freedom plus responsibility. I also want to reframe this in a positive way because yes, maintenance can be annoying, but it also can be empowering. You're not waiting on a landlord anymore. You get to choose when things get fixed, how they get fixed, what quality you're investing in. And over time, you build a rhythm with your house. You learn its quirks. You learn how it behaves in different seasons. You learn what it needs and when. Most of my clients tell me that the first year can feel overwhelming. The second year feels a little bit more manageable. And by year 3, it just feels like normal life. So if the idea of maintenance is a little scary right now, just know that it gets easier much faster than you think. Number 8, the market moves differently than in New York City. New Jersey real estate does not behave like Manhattan's. We're still in a very strong seller's market, low inventory and very high demand. Desirable homes in prime locations can sell in 4 days or less, sometimes 20% or more over the listing price. And listing prices matter a lot here. Savvy listing agents strategically are underpricing homes to drive multiple offers. To be competitive here means more than just a strong purchase price. It also means smart inspection language, appraisal strategy, and clean contract terms. If you try to apply logic that you learned in New York City, like lowballing or waiting for discounts, you will lose houses that you actually loved. Some of my buyers understand this right away. Others need to lose a few homes first. Number 9, you don't need your forever home first. This is one of my favorite mindset shifts for buyers. Your first New Jersey home does not have to be perfect. It can be a little smaller than you thought, a little less updated, in a town near your dream town, more of a stepping stone. I've had clients who bought more modestly than they thought, built equity, and moved again in 3 to 5 years, leveraging that equity to end up in a much better position than they were originally. Don't let perfection stop your progress. Number 10, the right agent makes or breaks this move. This is not a simple purchase. You're not just buying a house. That's part of it. It's a very important part, but you're also changing your entire life structure. You need someone who understands New York City buyer psychology, the micro markets in New Jersey, commuting options beyond just trains, lifestyle trade-offs, and long-term strategy. not someone who just unlocks doors, and definitely not someone who only knows one town. This move should feel thoughtful, strategic, aligned, not rushed, and definitely not confusing. This is also why I don't believe in transaction-only agents for buyers moving to New Jersey, because you're not just buying walls, you're choosing a town, a lifestyle, a daily rhythm, a financial structure, and a long-term path. That's not something you can rush. It's also not something that you should outsource to just Zillow alerts, open houses, and auto emails from the MLS. You deserve a guide who's thinking 5 steps ahead for you. Not just, can you win this house, but does this house actually make sense for your life? The difference is really everything. Bonus, the biggest mistake. The number one mistake I see New York City buyers make: they choose a town based on what they think they're supposed to want, or what their friends, family, or coworkers tell them they should want, instead of what they actually value. They get stuck on one town, and if nothing fits their budget there, they feel defeated, and they usually delay their purchase far longer than they should. But here's the truth. Most of these towns are very close to each other. You can live 1 or 2 towns over and still use the same downtown, the same restaurants, the same social scene. One of my favorite things about my business is really being a neighborhood matchmaker. Sometimes that means going a little further west. Sometimes it means a town without a train station because the bus options are actually better for that buyer. There is no best New Jersey suburb. There is only the best suburb for you. So if you're thinking about moving from the city to the New Jersey suburbs, I hope this helped you see the real picture. Not the Instagram version or the sales pitch version, the honest, lived experience version. If you want help figuring out which New Jersey towns actually fit your lifestyle, commute, and budget, comment NJ Move below, or you can book a video call in the link that's pinned in the comment below. I'm happy to walk you through your options with zero pressure and zero sales energy. And if this video helped you, like it, subscribe, and share it with someone who's also thinking about escaping their shoebox apartment. I'll see you in the next one.